Miko kupezeka kwa Republican president aziko lino la Zambia komanso mfumu zachoka mbali zosiyana zimene zili naso pano makamaka mosaivalira Chilombo Kalonga Gawa komanso wachokera ku Mozambique azintambira komanso Zurugama na bena bonse.
The Ngoni nations of Zambia, Malawi, Tanzania, and across East Africa are united in deep grief at the passing of Inkosi Yamakosi, King Mpezeni, Kazwangendaba 4.
Akuti makosi wonse vamuno Zambia, Mozambiki, Tanzania, Malawi wonse tukumana pamozi mchisoni chovavisa kwambiri chifukwa cha kutisia kwa Inkosi Yamakosi Mpezeni.
Today we mourn not only a sovereign but a father of our people, a keeper of our traditions, and a living bridge between the past and the future.
Lelo tulira kutisia kwa mlumukizi wasu weteze naye pakatikati pa mtundu wasu kuno ku ziko ino ya pansi Inkosi Yamakosi Mpezeni.
In our sorrow, we also find strength. His life reminds us of the ties that bind our nations, the courage that sustains us, and the duty we share to carry his legacy forward without dignity and purpose.
Ngakale ntolira teti tupeza kuyanjana pamozi chifukwa cha kukumana kwa teti.
I learnt of the falling of the great tree with profound sorrow. My elder brother, King Mpezeni, leaves behind a legacy of service and steadfast leadership. We mourn his many good works and the closing of a remarkable 44-year reign that spanned the administrations of all 7 presidents of Zambia, from Dr. Kenneth Kaunda to the current president, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema. It is altogether befitting that you, Your Excellency, the President, have decided to honor my brother with an official funeral, a rare honor that is reserved for this nation's sons and daughters of distinction. For that, I wish to express my profound gratitude, not just on my own behalf, but on behalf of the Ngoni people, that the king diligently served throughout the 44 years that he was on the throne. Our sovereign has now joined the ancestors. In our grief, we also celebrate a life that shaped generations and strengthened bonds between our people. The king was at times a figure of controversy, and at times a powerful voice for those who had no voice. His words carried different meanings to different people, challenging some, comforting others, but always stirring thought and action. That complexity is part of his greatness. A king who speaks plainly and courageously, invites debate, awakens conscience, and moves people towards change. We remember not only the moments that divided us, but the many more that united us, the counsel he offered, the cause he championed. May we honor his memory by listening with humility, speaking with courage, and serving with compassion. King Mpezeni Kazwangendaba 4 led with courage, wisdom, and deep love for his people. His life was a bridge between generations, a steady hand in times of change, and a voice that called us to dignity and service. Let us remember his laughter, his counsel, and the countless small acts that revealed his devotion to our communities. Fellow mourners, you may wonder why I stand before you this afternoon. The Ngoni of Zambia and the Ngoni of Mzimba, Malawi are not mere allies. They are brothers in blood. My older brother, King Mpezeni, and I are both sons of the great patriarch, King Kazwangendaba, who led our people from what is now KwaZulu to settle across Zambia, Malawi, Tanzania, and other parts of East Africa. Our bond is ancient. And unbroken. It is tied to the very umbilical cord of our shared history. Every February, we gather in Chipata at Mpezeni to celebrate Intwala. Each August, my brother travels to Mzimba, Malawi to attend Umteto. These gatherings are more than tradition. They are living proof of our bond, a rhythm that keeps our peoples connected across borders and generations. Now allow me to say this. When the time comes, the next coronation, you will see me here again. The Ngoni of Mzimba and the Ngoni of Zambia, as brothers, coronate one another's kings. An enduring covenant that honors shared past and secures a common future. You may wish to know that King Mpezeni was coronated by my grandfather, King Mberwa III. In turn, King Mpezeni IV later coronated my father, King Mberwa IV. And then, when my father passed into the realm of ancestors, he coronated me as King Mberwa V. This reciprocal chain of coronation is the living expression of our customs, a lineage of duty, respect, and continuity that links our houses across generations. At the right time, and in keeping with the solemn duty, I will therefore perform the coronation of the new king once the royal family has identified and chosen the right successor to the Mpezeni crown in accordance with the applicable Ngoni customs. Let this funeral be more than a farewell, and while recognizing that the potential for disunity, let it be a turning point for unity within the family and across the Ngoni kingdom. In our shared grief, may we find the strength to heal old wounds, to stand together in purpose, and renew our commitment to one another. Let every hand joined here today be a promise to protect our traditions, to support our leaders, and to work for the welfare of every child and family among us. In honoring King Mpezeni IV, let us build a future defined by courage, solidarity, compassion, and collective action. It is important to highlight that these moments should remind us all that need to maintain a perfect our cultural values. We as a people are not just distinct because of what we wear or how we dance. It is because of our practice and custom and how we manage not just to the send-off of the fallen king, but also the succession of the throne. One thing that has always set us apart as a people is the clarity of our law when it comes to who gets into and succeed the fallen king. This clarity helps us maintain our distinct identity and promotes continuity of our royal households. It is for this reason that to avoid a situation of prolonged uncertainty, I will expect the royal family to nominate and present to me the heir to the throne of my brother as soon as possible. Once this is done, the Crown Prince will be in a position to fill in the vacuum left by the departed king and to act in his full office until the end of the traditional mourning, which is 1 year. After which, I will return to install him on the throne of my father, Kazwangendaba. Until this is done, in terms of our customary law, no one can lawfully execute in the office of the departed king. With these few remarks, I thank you all for your kind attention.
Vaete.
Mr. President, allow me, there is another slight adjustment to allow expression. May I now invite Prince Tulani, representing King Misizulu from the Zulu Kingdom, Republic of South Africa.
Bayete to the fallen hero of our nation, King Mpezeni. His Majesty King Mbelwa of Mzimba and Malawi, and all other kings from Tanzania, from Mozambique, from Zambia. Allow me to observe all the protocols. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zambia, we are here sent by His Majesty King Misuzulu Kazulitini. I'm accompanied by Prince Tutugani of Prince Mphezeni Solomon. There is also accompanied by Unumzane Uzondi, Uslalo of the Zondi, Yamakosi Zondi and Ndlovu. Greetings to Inkosi Kumbi from the kingdom of the Zulus. The royal family of the Zulu Kingdom, the Zulu Nation, and the KwaZulu-Natal provincial government, as well as the Republic of South Africa, bow our heads today in deep sorrow as we join the Ngoni nation in mourning the passing of His Majesty King Mpezeni IV. We bring greetings and heartfelt of condolences from His Majesty King Misuzulu Kazulitini, people of KwaZulu-Natal. Our hearts are heavy, for we have lost not only a great king, but a custodian of culture, a pillar of wisdom, and a unifier of his people. The bond between Zulu and Ngoni nation is ancient and sacred. It was forged in the fires of our shared history under the King Kazwangendaba Kazuite, and carried forward by generations of leaders who understood that blood is thicker than distance. King Mpezeni IV honored that bond throughout his reign. He stood as a bridge between our nation, reminding us that though rivers and borders may separate us, our ancestral values will always unite us. This reminds me, Mr. President, that on the 22nd of August 2022, His Majesty King Mpezeni, together with His Majesty King Mbelwa, they came to South Africa, to KwaZulu-Natal, when we did our custom of entering our king into the crown, which was a traditional inauguration. In African tradition, When a great tree falls, the whole forest feels the tremor. Today the forest mourns, but we take comfort in knowing that the legacy of King Mpezeni IV will not die with him. His commitment to tradition, his love for his people, and his dignity as king will continue to inspire both Ngoni and Zulu for generations to come. To the royal family, the Council of Chiefs, and the entire Ngoni nation, please accept our deepest sympathies. May you find strength in each other during this time of grief. May the ancestors welcome His Majesty with open arms, and may his soul rest in eternal peace. The Zulu Kingdom stands with you in this moment of loss, and brothers and sisters bound by history, cultural and mutual. In conclusion, I wish to say the direct words from King Misuzulu, Kazwangendaba, kaBhekuzulu, kaSolomoni, kaDinizulu, kaCetshwayo, kaMpande, kaShaka, noDingane, kaSenza ngakhona. Why I'm saying this? Because I want to say this with dignity and capacity of King Shaka, because King Misuzulu stands in the throne of King Shaka. King Misuzulu said to me, King Mbelwa, and the whole royal family of King Kazwangendaba, usually when a king passes away, we mourn. But these days, throughout the world, there is faction over the throne. His Majesty says, please sit down with the house of Kazwangendaba, look into the family tree, look into the bloodline, look into your custom and tradition, and make sure that you put into the throne the correct person, because His Majesty himself have through these faction fights, and it's so painful to him. This is why he said, I must say these words, and I broadly say the words as my king said. I thank you.
Vaete. Vaete.
Can I then make the salute of the Zulu nation? Ngoni people will know I'm taking them back because they come from KwaZulu. They know how we salute, where all men stands, and then they follow me from what I'm going to say. Wena wendlovu.
Wena wendlovu.
Wena wendlovu.
Wena wendlovu.
Bayete.
Bayete.
Hlanga lomhlabathi silesikhulu.
Sibonga.
Distinguished mourners, it is my rare honor and privilege to invite Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, President of the Republic of Zambia and Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Force, to address the mourners. Mr. President, sir.
Thank you very much. You may take your seats, please. Thank you very much. Thank you. The widow and the bereaved family, His Majesty Inkosi Yamakosi of Malawi, His Majesty Kalonga Gawa Undi of the Chewa people of Zambia, Malawi, and Mozambique. May I acknowledge the Ngoni Royal Establishment, but also all the Royal Highnesses that are here from different parts of our SADC region. Just to mention a few: South Africa, Eswatini, Mozambique, Malawi, Tanzania, but also Zambia. I know that I've been advised, I must say, that we have more than 90 Royal Highnesses that are present here today. And we acknowledge all of you respectively. former Vice President, who is present here, Chief Justice Representative, who is resident justice in here, Eastern Province, representative of the Speaker of the National Assembly, Secretary to the Cabinet, may I simply say those who work for the central government, local government, all of them recognized. I'm also aware that Bishop Lungu, who has given a wonderful message to us and other church leaders present, Muslim community in our diversified country where religious freedoms are respected. So we acknowledge all of the clergy, and the Board of Christ is one, as we all know. May I acknowledge my colleagues in the political leadership, political leaders, our UPND and alliance partners, leaders that are here. I want to recognize the business leaders, community that are here mourning Ingwenyama. I must extend my message of acknowledgement to, if I say, all mourners that are present, fellow mourners. Of course, the media must never be forgotten because they are transmitting the proceedings here, not only in Chipata, Eastern Province, Zambia, the region, Africa, and the world. That is what the digital information age means. May I proceed by welcoming all of us here, mourners at this funeral. More so for colleagues that have had to travel from countries outside Zambia. Thank you for joining us in mourning Inkosi Yamakosi, Mpezeni for Ingwenyama. My fellow mourners, today we bid farewell to a great son of Zambia, our traditional leader, our paramount chief, Inkosi Yamakosi Ingwenyama. Let me talk about a few things concerning him in life now that he's gone. Royal leadership. Ingwenyama served the Ngoni people with distinction and wisdom for well over 44 years, a long time indeed. He served, as you heard, from the initial speech that was given when the messages around his life history was given. He served with 6 presidents before me. I am the 7th president. So Ingwenyama worked with and served this country, not just the Ngoni people or Eastern Province, but the country spanning, serving, working alongside all of us who have occupied this privilege of being chief servants of the people of Zambia. That means a lot. So, if you're talking about experience, he had it. Presidents are not always easy to work with, but he found a way of doing it because of the common interest, service of the people, the country. I think that's important for us who are alive to emulate. Country first, people's interest first, then our personal interests should be subservient to the interests of the people and our country we serve. Humility and service. Ingwenyama carried the authority of a king, but possessed the heart of a servant. You have heard what Bishop Lungu was saying here. He would be driving around without many noticing that it is him in that particular car. Give lifts to ordinary citizens. And only when or after the citizens realize, oh, that is Ingwenyama, then the passenger will realize who is carrying them in that car. Such humility in service. Patriotism. Inkosi Yamakosi was a true patriot who placed country, as I said, people and culture above himself. More importantly, he espoused and championed unity in our country. We are a country, for the visitors who are not aware, we're a country of 72, 73 ethnic groups in this country. But Ingwenyama recognized all of those. He understood that each one of those peoples own this country equally, without exception. He understood that. How do I know that? In my time, in the last 4 years, 9 months, of course, before I took public office, I observed him. But in the last 4 years and 9 months, we worked together and attended ceremonies, traditional ceremonies, across the country. He did not fail to attend the ceremony because that was a chief below him. He didn't look at the status of the chief, he looked at the status of the people that he co-owned the country with. Very, very important. Where I stand, I consider that extremely important and a strength that he held. We can do well to learn from him. Ingwenyama understood that there are different traditional leaders that the country has been endowed with, and they are all important. That's a fine point I'm making, because sometimes issues arise in terms of status. He did not project that. He knew who he was, that was Inkosi Yamakosi, but he understood that other chiefs matter. They mattered to those specific societies, communities they served, but also to the nation. Great indeed. As I said, maybe I should emphasize it. Inkwala's ceremony for years back wasn't as big as Ingwenyama made it. He promoted the Inkwala ceremony greatly. And I know what I'm talking about, because in the early days I used to come to the ceremony, but when I took this office given to me by God through the people of Zambia, I realized how much he was doing to promote the culture and tradition and ceremonies such as Inkwala. Very, very elaborate. And we worked together to improve the site, the ceremony site there. And I understood then what he meant deeply about carrying on with our culture in our respective ways. May I also comment about Ingwenyama's attitude towards food production and hard work. And I want to say that we shared this understanding with him that God did not create us to be lazy. God created us to work hard, and that work does not kill. And Ingwenyama produced food, first for himself and family, and encouraged the Ngonis, communities around here, to produce food for themselves. And that can only happen through hard work and dedication. So we remember him for that. Advocated for agriculture, food security, and indeed enhancing people's lives in terms of the quality of lives. He partnered with government to advance education, especially when your government introduced free education, taking back 2.5 million children back to school. And he was an ardent supporter of education. I know, chatting with him, we shared this view. We thank him for that, because the government can introduce policies. If the traditional leaders are not supportive of those policies, implementation will falter. But Ingwenyama supported this policy greatly, and we know the importance of skills in our country, household level, communities, and in our economy. Very important. Without skills, the economy would be doomed. And we want to thank him for that support. I know that he supported health as well, energy, and rural development. In our quest to deliver resources closer to the people, your government pushed Constituency Development Fund from 1.6 million kwacha per year per constituency to 40 million kwacha per year per constituency. And I know Ingwenyama was very keen in the utilization of this resource anchored on local decision-making based on the priorities of the people. We thank him for that as well. Let me say he held values. His life embodied unity, humility, respect, and indeed service. Let me comment about something which I believe is important. And that is that death strikes all of us mortals. We are all mortals. And at one point or another, death will strike someone who we know, someone we respect, someone in our family, or indeed the next door. But death comes at a particular point. And when death comes, we must accept it, because it's only controlled by one. God gives life, and God takes it. When he takes it, only he knows. How he takes it, only he knows. For us mortals, once death strikes, our next obligation is to bury the dead with dignity, as we're doing here with Inkosi Yamakosi Mpezeni for Ingwenyama. Our duty is to bury with dignity. Then we'll have given decency to the dead, as per our customs, our culture, or indeed the Christian values. And I want to say that this applies, Bishop Lungu, to our 6th president, who we lost. It is our duty to bury him with the military protocols. He was commander-in-chief of our country. And I agree with you, we must all work together to bury our 6th president with dignity in the military style yesterday. Let us work together to do that. Thank you for mentioning that issue. We are grateful, Bishop Lungu. Back to our Ingwenyama. Paramount Chief Mpezeni IV will be remembered, as I said, as a loyal leader, loyal and royal leader. Maybe starting with loyal, because he became Paramount Chief well after he was born, many years later. But he was a loyal citizen. He was a royal leader as well, I must say. He was a patriot, a unifier through what has been talked about today already, even by speakers before me. He built the nation, no question about it, helped to build our nation. Once more, please accept our sincere condolences to the family, the bereaved family, to the Ngoni royal establishment, and all of us who are grieving at this very important time, yet sad. The nation stands with you in mourning. The government will continue providing the support that is necessary, that is needed as we bury Inkosi Yamakosi. But we'll extend that support to other requirements as we finalize all the formalities with regard to the demise of Inkosi Yamakosi Mpezeni IV. I must say, at this stage, may His Majesty Paramount Chief Mphezeni IV, Inkosi Yamakosi, rest in eternal peace. Hambani kaache Ingwenyama. Bayete. Bayete. Seko Mukwambiri.